don't remember that first moment when you were given a name, do you? Long before you learned to say I or to protest, others had already drawn the boundaries of your identity. This name wasn't just for calling you, it defined your place in society, your fate, and the expectations placed upon you. Ever wondered if knowing someone's name gives you power over them, not just calling them, but controlling them? That's exactly what happens in Ursula Le Guin's Earthsea series. There, magic isn't about flashy spells. It's about knowing the true name of things and people. The law of that universe is ruthless. If you know someone's name, you own their soul. That's why people there hide their names like a secret, whispering them only to those they trust with their lives, because they know that once the name leaves their lips, their protective armor falls, and they become not their own, but the prisoner of the one who knows it. Yet today we shout our names everywhere, on every profile. But ancient wisdom warns us, whoever holds the key to your name holds the power. Now ask yourself, are you the owner of your name, or is it the owner of you? Naming someone or something isn't just a simple linguistic choice or a neutral language event. It's been a radical power declaration from ancient times to today. Throughout history's dusty pages, giving a name means claiming ownership, drawing boundaries, and defining its function. But where does this claim end? The most intriguing answer comes from the Earthsea universe. Let's take a quick look. In that world, wizardry isn't cheap tricks like waving a wand or flashing colorful lights. Magic there is knowledge, perceiving the deepest layers of existence, because every particle, from the wind's howl to the sea's waves, from the grass on the ground to the stars in the sky, has a true name in the old speech, a language that can't be changed. In that tongue, lying is impossible, because words and things aren't separate concepts. They're two sides of the same truth. Young Ged faces a terrifying reality in one of his first lessons within the cold walls of the wizard school on Roke Island. Knowing a person's or a dragon's true name means owning them completely. That's exactly why the inhabitants of Earthsea hide behind their everyday nicknames, use names, guarding their real names with their lives, revealing them only to the one person they fully trust. There's even a strange clue hidden in Latin. Nomen means name. Numen means divine power. Almost the same sound, maybe not a coincidence. A name isn't just a simple label stuck on you. It's the invisible control panel of your being. If I know your name, that means I know the source code of your soul. All your fears, desires, deepest vulnerabilities and potentials you might not even know yourself. But here's a huge paradox that shakes us. Ged's most intimate, most powerful truth, his true name, is given to him not by himself, but by his teacher, Guin. Why can't a person choose their own name? Le Guin touches on psychology's subtlest truth here. A person can't fully see themselves. Our identity needs confirmation in the eyes of an other, a teacher, a parent, or a god, who watches from outside and senses our essence. Guin sees the immense, yet unformed power within Ged and seals it by turning it into words. Who knows, maybe the ideal naming is that silent dialogue between a person's self-discovery and a wise guide's recognition of them. If you think this naming issue is just for fairy tales and mythology, you should look at humanity's oldest texts, because in the dark corridors of Hebrew and Christian theology, the act of naming isn't a simple ritual, it's a direct dominion declaration. Imagine this from the Bible. God creates all the animals and birds, then brings them to Adam. He says, "Name them." And whatever Adam calls them, that's their name forever. It's like God handles the creation, but Adam gets to define the meaning. Behind this simple sentence stands the universe's greatest division of labor, doesn't it? A massive theological paradigm hides here. God creates the world materially, but entrusts Adam with giving it meaning, breathing soul into it. Naming is that critical moment when nothingness turns to cosmos, chaos to order. A nameless being isn't fully existent yet. It only emerges from darkness into light and gains meaning when touched by human language, when its name is called. But who writes the rules of this game? Now think, are you the architect or just a part of the system? When we look at the issue through a philosophical and mystical window, a more ominous picture emerges. Language doesn't just describe reality, it has the power to change it. From ancient Egyptian pyramids to medieval alchemists' labs and into the secret corridors of Kabbalah, there's a global belief. Knowledge of the true name is the key to absolute power. We see the oldest and clearest trace of this belief in ancient Egyptian mythology. Take ancient Egypt. Goddess Isis tricks the sun god Ra into revealing his secret name. Boom. Suddenly, she's got all his power. It's like stealing someone's password to their soul. Ra had thousands of names everyone knew, but his secret name, Ren, the source of his divine power, was known only to himself. The moment Isis learns that name, all of Ra's defenses shatter. He becomes a toy dependent on Isis's will. Because by revealing his name, he surrenders his power. This archetypal story doesn't just tell a fairy tale, it reveals a psychological law, the exposure of essence. If someone knows your essence, that hidden name, fully expressing your deepest fears, buried desires, and vulnerabilities, you're completely defenseless before them. Remember the Rumpelstiltskin fairy tale from northern folklore? When the hero finds and shouts the name of the gnome threatening her, that being loses its power and vanishes. Today, psychotherapy works on the same principle. When you give a precise name to the fear hiding in the dark, this isn't my fate, just my father complex. Its irrational hold over you crumbles. But amid all these truths, that question irritates us deeply and won't let go. If a name is the most intimate, most personal part of our identity, why don't we choose it ourselves? Why does society present its strongest stamp to us as a gift, perhaps a heavy burden? The answer to this paradox hides in sociology's labeling theory. As Howard Becker and Edwin Lemert said, no one is born a criminal or a hero. Society sticks a label on a person, and over time, the person is forced to fit into that label. If a child is constantly called lazy, even if they're not, they adopt that role, and the self-fulfilling prophecy kicks in. Even more horrifying is the Dorian Gray Effect. Shocking research from the Hebrew University proves that our name changes not just our character, but our facial features too. In experiments, people guessed the faces of strangers just by their names with up to 40% accuracy, far higher than chance. It's as if someone named Dan starts to develop the round, friendly face society expects from a Dan over the years. This proves a name isn't just a sound. It's a mold we pour our biological and social being into, one that hardens over time and sticks to our face. Do you resemble your name, or does your name resemble you?